Hey everyone, I've just received this small package from Blaster, meaning it's time to take one of the best looking blaster Nerf ever made and make it worthy of its look. I'm your host Dave, welcome to Tag. And the blaster in question here is this Longstrike. This Longstrike got pretty much the best sniper blaster look Nerf ever designed. It got a long barrel, very slim body, short magazine, pull prime on it, but there is a few flaws that limits the potential of this blaster. By design, this thing comes open breech. Most Nerf blaster come. This is not really a bad sign, but with the age of this particular blaster, it is a reverse plunger tube, making most upgrade almost impossible or very hard with the reverse plunger tube. This is not really a design that will allow you for a lot of modification, and if you couple it with the open breech, this is even worse. Plus, by design, this is an N-Strike, not an N-Strike Elite, so it is more in the 50 to 60 FPS range due to the weak spring and due to this low power design, meaning some of the part inside will be a little thin and a little fragile, like this catch. It's very thin, and the way it is made with the spring passing through, it doesn't help for longevity. As we know, open breech design doesn't like to have an extended barrel on it because the dart will drag even more with full length dart. This Longstrike was not that bad because you have only a small section of narrow barrel, and this one is quite wide. What you have here will allow your dart to fly without even dragging in it. A little different was with the long shot. If you put the extended barrel, it was really bad for your FPS. Very sleek design, very amazing look, but not really worthy of its sniper look. Let's make it a little better, but to do that, achieve such a goal in making it a true sniper blaster, we're gonna have to convert it to direct plunger, swap the spring, probably swap this spring seat at the rear, change the catch. We're gonna have to convert it to a seal breech, put a barrel in it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So let's go on the table, check what was in that package, and then make this blaster worthy of its look. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to Blaster for sending me this whole Longstrike kit, plus he included a Swin barrel. It's a 40 centimeter. It might be a bit long for this blaster, so I might go for maybe another alternative. I have a piece of a worker barrel here, and I have a shorter Swin. I think it's a 35. So we're gonna see how the mod goes. But for this kit, this is pretty standard worker stuff, but pretty awesome at the same time. The dart gate is plastic, but I kind of prefer the polycarbonate dart gate into the worker stuff. They seal a bit better, at least in my opinion. This dart gate is far from being ugly. This is standard worker polycarbonate, and man, this is gonna go well into this blaster. Then we have the aluminum full plunger tube. This is to be a standard direct plunger tube conversion on this blaster, and this part is not a part that you're gonna fit that much and fiddle with it. This is made to go on this blaster. Plus you have the silicone padding to go along with it, and there is a few other silicone padding piece inside to be sure that the whole tube will not destroy your shell. Those are the 8 little silicone padding to put in the corner of your tube so it doesn't destroy your shell when you fire with a strong spring. And this tube, this is cool. I'm going to show you the comparison between this one and the original one, and you're going to see that this one is quite a bit larger, and I'm pretty sure it's going to last a lot longer. Then, of course, to go with a plunger tube, we're going to have to go with a plunger, and this one is the worker aluminum plunger. Basically standard stuff what they have with the Retaliator small metal plunger tube, but this one is gonna go into my Longstrike. And this thing seems very sturdy compared to the original one. It got a very good soft o-ring on it, a very nice aluminum plunger head, and of course the guiding tail, which is in nylon. Then of course we have the catch, which seems a bit thicker than what we have in the blaster. It comes with a stronger catch spring, and oh my god, this thing is gonna be awesome into that blaster. I'm pretty sure this thing is not gonna fail as quick as the original one in it. Plus, the spring included in that kit is a little stiffer. I think it's a 9 kilo if I remember correctly. And this spring is quite a bit smaller than what you have in the original blaster. Meaning we're gonna have to have a better spring seat, and that thing too comes in the kit. This CNC aluminum spring seat is gonna go into the plastic one to be sure there is space for our spring to rest inside and at the right place. Plus enough space for this plunger to go through. Then we'll have a standard, but this is a special length. This is not the same bolt as for the Retaliator, as I understood. This is a bit longer. This is all CNC machining. We have the textured finish from Worker, which I think it's a bit older in part. I think now they have mirror finish on them. But even so, this part is very important. This is for your seal breach. And then we have what I don't plan on using on this project, which is this blue barrel. I might more use it into my Dart Zone Max Solo Pro, which I am awaiting. But this is like old school Worker barrel. Is it very, very tight? Let's check it. Oh, this is a good barrel. Okay, this thing have a good tolerance, so it's going to be good in another blaster, but a little short for this one. And he sent me a 40 centimeter Swin barrel. Not sure about this length of a barrel. It's an amazingly nice barrel with the quick connect, but this length might be too much for this plunger volume. This is why I might just install a shorter barrel for now. Maybe a Swin 35 centimeter, which I got right here. It's a little shorter, so it might be the trick here, but still there, I found it a little long. So I might go with a piece of silver Worker barrel that I have here. This way I'll have a shorter barrel. This is I think 27 centimeter I cut, or 28. We're going to try with this one first. Of course, he sent me the priming handle with the spacers. I never used this particular one, so I really want to try it. It's a little slimmer. It's going to give a better look to my blaster. So for now, let me open up the blaster, so we're going to be ready to convert it. For now, let's start removing a couple things. I'm going to have to remove those 2 screws for the spring seat to install the new one. I am going to have to completely remove the breech, plunger tube, catch from it, the locks that are here that are going to cause us some trouble. This is for the mag release, but there is other locks in it, which I am going to remove. Those are not going to help. This is like horrid. This is your plunger volume. I mean, plunger volume. It's quite easy to see the difference in size between those two. And the difference in size between those two. So it's gonna be a huge upgrade to put this part inside. This catch too, because well, we have a better one, thicker, a little bit thicker in metal, that's gonna be a lot sturdier. Why is everything stuck there? Did I forget a screw? Did I forget something? Why is it not? Why is this thing not moving? And yeah, it looks like they glued the dart gate into this one. That is going to be a fun process. Let me try to remove that thing without breaking anything, and we're going to continue on this project. Well, it wasn't so bad. With a little X-Acto knife, I could cut the glue on each 4 pegs that are here. I know I'm going to have to work a little here and here to cut some plastic. Because to install the dart gate, I will need to open the side of those 2 here. Plus, I'm going to have to remove this round piece here, so it's going to be flat for the new dart gate to come in. Other than that, I don't think there is that much modification on this blaster. Most of the hassle here is going to be to remove this pin. Looking at it, I think it's going that way, so we're going to try it right now. Okay. And yeah, it came right off. So if you do it the right way, it is easy the first time. It's not supposed to be super hard. If it's not coming off, it's because you are doing it from the wrong side. Don't grind or drill or do anything to this bolt sled. The new pusher is exactly the right size. You are not supposed to harm this piece. This is the important thing here. Until you have another part like that, I would suggest you will not damage it. Okay, that spring seat. Obviously, this is going like that in it. It is not gonna move because your spring is gonna hold it, and this is gonna solve you a lot of problem. Then I'm gonna remove this little locking mechanism here. So this is just the right thing. I've cutted those things, I've cutted the shell here. So technically I am ready to put that dart gate inside. The only problem is this is kind of loose. It's at the right place, but I was under the impression that it was fitting into both of those notches for the dart gate, and it only fit like one of them, the one I just cut. Anyway, I am gonna go with that. It shall be good. I might put some tape on the dart gate itself to stabilize it, but I think it's gonna be good like that. But included with the kit, there was this orange faux barrel that goes over the barrel. I cut myself a piece of clear one because I had some here, just because I prefer the look of the clear plastic inside of my blaster. Let me put that well lube catch just there. That thing here. Is everything fitting? Yeah, pretty much. So I'm just gonna have to fit my catch spring. After that, everything look in its place. First, let's fit that thing there. Okay. So everything look in place. Fingers crossed everything is gonna work from the first try. For now, let's put the barrel inside. I am gonna try the worker barrel first. Might try the 35mm, the 350 and the 400mm barrel further on when I tune this thing, but for now I am gonna put the 28 worker barrel inside of there. This thing was just a little stiff to put in. Yeah, I really expect this blaster to give me at least 130 FPS. I would be very disappointed of anything under that. For now, let me take this thing, slap it back in. Yeah, every little piece of tape or my screw. Yeah, I have reverted back to install the black prime handle. I don't know, I don't like the feeling of it. It's forcing the bolt sled a little sideways. Therefore, I reinstalled the stock one on it. But this blaster is all assembled. It's gonna need some tuning. The seal, not perfect, but it's there. Apart from that, I got some rubbing on the top of my bolt here. That's because any mag adapter I put in just push the bolt a little upward when it gets into the wider section. I don't know if it's this part that will need some sanding, or if I will just need to find myself maybe worker 10 round sniper magazine to put with this blaster. But for now, the best adapter I have is this one, and it is still forcing a bit on it. Well, that thing is pretty cool. The kit is very high quality. Not really for the first timer, but it's a very easy and doable project. Minimal cut inside the shell. This is kind of hard to completely miss this mod. Only little problem I have is with this pusher aligning properly in the plunger tube, but I think the culprit is pretty much any mag adapter I put inside. Because the pusher have a wider section in it, and that wider section kind of push onto the mag adapter. It's true for any mag adapter I have. It's even worse with the X-Shot mag adapter. So really, I think this is just the culprit. I'm gonna have to adapt myself an adapter for this blaster. I will give you more detail in another video for this one, because I will need to tune it and prepare a thing or two before we do some more aesthetic on this blaster. This blaster went up a couple level with the metal internal, but I think a bolt sled will be needed. Worker, why didn't you do the bolt sled for this blaster? The FPS were not exactly consistent, but we're gonna address that in the other video on the tuning and solving some of the problem, meaning I'm gonna reopen it. I'm gonna take the stock off on the next video, because we're gonna do some work on it before aesthetic and paint. In the end, this blaster is pretty much awesome like that. I even did some quick barrel swap screw hole to remove the barrel from the dart gate. This way I can swap barrel to do some tests. That's gonna help me for tuning. Yeah, I think that's it for the small video. In the meantime, you can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at ThatOldNerfGuy. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit that bell to notify for my latest video. This was Dave Fatag. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.